Have you ever felt your body suddenly turn hot, your head heavy, your energy drained, and someone simply said, "You have a fever"? It sounds so ordinary, almost like a basic symptom we all understand. But what if that rising temperature isn't just something going wrong, but something your body is carefully doing on purpose? Today, we will uncover the hidden science behind why your body heats up like an internal furnace right here on History of Simple Things. A fever isn't actually an illness by itself, it's a sign, a signal that your body is responding to something. In simple terms, a fever happens when your body temperature rises above its normal range, which is usually around 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. But that number isn't fixed for everyone. Your normal temperature can shift slightly depending on the time of day, your activity level, or even your age. So a fever isn't about hitting one exact number. It's about your body intentionally raising its internal thermostat. And yes, intentionally is the key word here. Deep inside your brain is a small but powerful region called the hypothalamus. Think of it as your body's thermostat. It constantly monitors your temperature and works to keep everything balanced. When you're too hot, it triggers sweating. When you're too cold, it makes you shiver. But during a fever, something unusual happens. The hypothalamus resets your body to a higher temperature. But why would your body do that? The answer lies in your immune system. When harmful invaders like viruses or bacteria enter your body, your immune system kicks into action. These invaders release substances called pyrogens, which signal your brain that something is wrong. In response, your body produces its own pyrogens, chemical messengers that travel to the hypothalamus and tell it to turn up the heat. It's like your body is saying, "Let's make things uncomfortable for the invaders." Many pathogens thrive at normal body temperature. By raising the temperature, your body creates an environment that's harder for them to survive and reproduce. At the same time, your immune system becomes more efficient. Certain immune cells move faster, respond stronger, and attack more effectively at slightly higher temperatures. So that uncomfortable heat you feel, it's actually part of your body's defense strategy. This also explains why you often feel cold when a fever is just starting. Even though your temperature is rising, your hypothalamus has already set a new higher target temperature, so your body thinks it's too cold compared to that new target. You might shiver, wrap yourself in blankets, or feel chills because your body is trying to generate heat to reach that new level. Once your body reaches the higher temperature, the chills usually stop, and you feel warm or even sweaty. That's your body maintaining the fever. But fevers don't last forever, and they're not meant to. When your immune system starts gaining the upper hand, it reduces the production of those fever-triggering chemicals. The hypothalamus then resets back to normal. Suddenly, your body realizes it's too hot. That's when sweating begins, helping cool you down and bring your temperature back to its usual level. It's a full cycle. Raise the temperature, fight the threat, then cool back down. Now, not all fevers are the same. A mild fever, often between 37.5 degrees Celsius and 38.5 degrees Celsius, is usually not dangerous and can even be helpful. It's your body doing exactly what it's supposed to do. In fact, many doctors don't recommend immediately suppressing a mild fever unless it's causing significant discomfort. But higher fevers, especially those above 39 degrees Celsius, can be more concerning. At very high temperatures, your body's own proteins and cells can start to become stressed or damaged. This is why extremely high fevers, especially in young children or older adults, need closer attention. There's also something called a febrile seizure, which can happen in some young children when their temperature rises quickly. It can look alarming, but in most cases it doesn't cause long-term harm. Still, it's one of the reasons why monitoring fever is important. Interestingly, not all fevers come from infections. Your body can develop a fever due to inflammation, heat exhaustion, certain medications, or even autoimmune conditions. In these cases, the mechanism is similar. Your hypothalamus still raises the temperature, but the trigger is different. And then there's something even more fascinating. Fever has been part of human history for thousands of years. Ancient physicians, including Hippocrates, observed fever and believed it played a role in healing. In fact, before modern medicine, some doctors even tried to induce fevers deliberately to treat certain illnesses, especially infections like syphilis. This practice, known as fever therapy, was risky, but it was based on the same idea we understand today. Heat can help the body fight disease. Of course, today we approach fever much more carefully. Medications like paracetamol, also known as acetaminophen or ibuprofen, can help reduce fever and relieve discomfort. But it's important to understand that these don't cure the underlying cause. They simply lower the temperature by affecting the signals in your brain. The real battle is still being fought by your immune system. That's why rest, hydration, and proper care are so important when you have a fever. Your body is working hard behind the scenes, and it needs support. Another common myth is that all fevers are dangerous and must be brought down immediately, but in reality, fever is often a helpful response. It's not your enemy, it's part of your defense. The key is knowing when it's doing its job and when it might be a sign of something more serious. So, what exactly is fever? It's not just heat. It's not just discomfort. It's a carefully controlled biological response, a signal, a strategy, and a tool your body uses to protect you. It's your immune system calling for backup, your brain adjusting the thermostat, and your entire body working together to fight off a threat you may not even see. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.